Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades, and I am working on a new project. I want to try molding some resin into candy dishes. So I'm going to be pouring my resin onto these two plates and letting it partially cure, and then trying to take it and mold it and drape it over a cup and see what happens. So I've got my resin ready, and I'm using the Stone Coat Gold Dust Metallic and the Resin Art Wild Jasmine and Resin Art Mermaid, and these are some absolutely gorgeous colors, so I think they're going to mingle and mix really well. So I'm going to put my colors in the cups and get it all ready, and I'm going to put you into time lapse. So using the Stone Coat Art Resin, and when I mixed this up, I poured my hardener. I poured my resin into my hardener, which is the A, into the B, because it's easier to mix that way, and stirred it for the appropriate time. And now I'm going to just pour these colors all around on these plates. I'm not doing any particular pattern. Just going to pour half on one plate and half on the other. And I have them covered with this plastic to protect the plates. So when the resin has reached the stage that I want to mold it or bend it, it will peel right off this plastic very easily. So I'm just going to tilt it a little bit to mingle it some more. And I'm getting a purple color also by mixing this pink and this turquoise together. And now I'm just going to kind of give it some highlights with this gold. Mostly around the edges was where I wanted the gold, so that it would really sparkle once I get it draped. I'm also going to add some embellishments in just a second that will also intensify that sparkling of the gold. So I'm going to use these little acrylic crystals is what they are, and I'm just sprinkling them all around the edges. This is going to be for two purposes. One, I do want it to embellish the edges, and it will help to make that gold sparkle once it's all cured. But also I wanted it to hold the edges of the resin down and make it where it's an even thickness across there, and this will just help hold that edge in the shape that I want it. Besides that, who doesn't like bling? I love the sparkle. So it has set and has got to the stage that it's not completely cured, but it is about 8 hours since I poured this. So what I'm going to do is I have stacked cups up, and I'm going to just drape the plastic with the resin over these cups, and then just kind of shape it and mold it, and then let it cure while it's draped over these cups. And it's not runny, but it still is just a touch tacky, so if you messed with it too much by touching it, you probably leave marks on the surface of the resin. So they're just going to cure, and this is what they look like. Got them draped. There's the cups that I got it stacked on. I think it's going to be great. So these have cured now. They're fully cured. And what I'm going to do is just pull the plastic out. And this comes right out. It's so easy. And the plastic that I actually used is off of canvases. And this stuff works great for any kind of protection for resin drippings or whatever. And I decided that I wanted to put them on pedestals, so I am using some glass candlesticks, and I actually didn't use this particular one right here. I wanted it a little bit taller, but what I'm going to do with these is clean up the edges, and to do that I am just heating up my X-Acto knife with my torch, and this will just help quickly cut away any places that might be a little rough from the edges of the resin. And with the X-Acto knife heated up, it doesn't take long at all to clean up the edges. So I have picked out my candlesticks that I want to use for these, and I think it's going to be so cute. But I think the glass is a little bit plain. So what I want to do is mix up a little more resin, and using the Wild Jasmine and the Mermaid colors, I want to fill the bottom portions of these candlesticks, or candlestick holders, I guess I should say. So I'm just going to divide my resin up and then add the colors. But before I do that, I wanted to make sure that the glass would accept the resin without any problems. So I just put a little bit of clear in there and rubbed it around with my finger, so that it would be ready, wouldn't really be set up or anything while I mix these, but it would have something for the colored resin to adhere to, rather than just taking a chance and pouring it directly on the glass. I believe it would hold, but just taking precautions. So I'm just going to drizzle these colors in there with my stick, and until I have it full. And there you have it. I think it's going to be beautiful. So I'm doing the same thing with the other one. Just going to put a little bit of resin in there first and coat down in there, and then I will add the colored resins. And this one, instead of drizzling, because it's wider, I'm just going to pour it down in there. And I'm not going to fill this one all the way up. I'm just going to fill the very bottom portion of this and leave it's actually cut into layers, and leave those other layers clear. And I'm getting that same purple look along with the pink and the blue. So these have cured, and I like them. I think they're so cute. Each one is different and special. And I'm ready to glue these on there, but I just still felt like it needed a little bit of something else. So what I decided to do was to put resin into the top portion, but I'm going to do it in the gold only. So I'm going to mix up just a little bit of resin and add just a little bit of the gold dust to it, and that should bring it all together. So for this part, I'm going to use the Quick Coat because I'm just mixing a very, very small amount, and this will set up quickly, and it will, I think it will work for this. So once again, I'm pouring the resin into the hardener, or the A into the B, using equal parts. And got it all stirred and mixed and for the appropriate amount of time. And I'm going to add just a little bit of this gold dust. Just want it to be more or less sparkly than just solid gold in there. This top portion actually probably won't be seen quite as much, but it will still be there just to kind of bring it all together. So I'm just pouring this until it comes right up to the edge of each one of the candlesticks. And this is the part where the actual candlestick would go into the holder. Then I'm going to let them cure. And voila! They are ready. I think they turned out really cute. I think the gold just gives it a little bit more sparkle. And to attach the actual resin bowl to the candlestick holder, I'm going to use this E6000 adhesive. And I am putting a blob of the adhesive on top and then just smoothing it out with my stick. And I want to make sure that I bring it all the way out to the edge where it is actually on the glass part also, so that when I set the resin bowl down on top of it, it will adhere not just to the center but all around the edges of the glass too. Just going to put it on there like that and try to center it as much as I can on the candlestick holder. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Put a big blob in there and then just smooth it around and make sure that it comes out over the edges of the glass of the candlestick holder. And then attach the bowl. And there you have it. So this here is the completed resin candy bowl dishes. I think they turned out so cute. They're colorful, they're blingy, sparkly. I love them. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, you can do so now by clicking that subscribe button. If you ring the bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified when I upload future videos. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave them below and I will be glad to answer them. I love to hear your feedback on my artwork. And please click like and share with your friends. I'm trying to grow my channel and you make it all possible. So I want to thank you again, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.